Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Coffee Break Q&A. My name is Michael Moret, and Coffee Break Q&A is your opportunity to ask your Bible questions. If you ask a Bible question, I promise I will do my best to give you a Bible answer. Not sure if I'll have the answer, but I'll do my best. And we have a question today from a listener, a man who writes, now this is really a hypothetical question. He writes, if Satan didn't sin, would sin still exist? And I thought that was an interesting question. And I can tell you my answer right off the bat. And that's, I don't know, because it's a hypothetical question. It did not happen that way. Satan gave his angels a free will, and they had a choice to make. Would they follow him, or would they follow rebellion? And Satan led the rebellion against God. He made the wrong choice, and he committed, as far as we know, the first sin. He convinced, evidently, 1/3 of the angels to follow him. So 2/3 obeyed and 1/3 disobeyed. And they were locked into their choice. It was a one-time choice to either obey or disobey. Man was given a free will as well, to obey or disobey. And they were given a test, which would determine whether they would choose to obey or disobey God. And it was no hardship at all, but they were given one prohibition, one tree in the garden that they could not eat from. Everything else they had. I mean, they had all the food that they could possibly imagine. And they were happy and they were content. But they were tempted by Satan, and they gave in. Now, if Satan had not been there, if Satan would have made the right choice and remained Lucifer, he would not have been there to tempt Adam and Eve. They still were given the choice, and that choice still would have been real. But honestly, I don't think they would have chosen to commit sin, because they were sinless. They were innocent. They did not have a sin nature like you and I are born with. Adam was made like God, in the image of God, which means he had no sin nature. And Eve was taken from Adam, so she didn't have a sin nature either. And you and I are tempted from two different sources. We are tempted from within because we have a sin nature, and we are tempted from without by the devils. Now, if the devils had not fallen, if the angels had not fallen, I should say, and Satan did not fall, there would be no outside temptation. And since Adam and Eve did not have a sin nature, they were perfectly content in themselves with the Lord. There was no hardship in serving the Lord. They were perfectly happy. They were perfectly content. They had great fellowship with the Lord. It wasn't until the devil came along and tempted them from without that they gave in to sin. Before that, they were not tempted because they had no temptation from within. And so my answer is, if Satan didn't sin, would sin exist? My answer would be no. I don't think so. You may feel differently about this. I can't give you a chapter and verse. It's just my reasoning as I think it through the best that I can. If you have a question for me, please email it to scriptureversebyverse@gmail.com. Until next time, so long, everyone.